Hi, this is Big Daddy Geo23, and what this is, of course, is continuing work on the My Use Change and most interesting sim in the world trophies. So what I'm doing now, of course, I need to finish building that exterior so I can start working on the interior. So what I need to go do now is start in the basement, and this is simply is I'm going to establish putting in walls and stuff. But first, I do want to add some nice lights to make it easier to tell what time it looks like. Do I need really expensive lights? It could help, but really what I'm after is just simply getting this done. So I need to come to lighting. Of course, I start lighting, and I usually see the kids want to come out and play. So what I could do is I could go for the most expensive thing, which is the ring of lights, which really this will serve my purpose. So simply is I'm going to add this at least to the inside of the home. We will probably make our changes. This, of course, does not look like it puts out a whole lot of light, as we're seeing. It's compared to some of the others, Sally, but this don't have to be the brightest home in the world. This has to have lighting to help me out. Did I add a separate kitchen area down here, or will there be a kitchen? Of course there will. This, of course, helps me put in those expensive appliances that again serve their purpose for this video. Will they be, what I normally do is, if I did a sub-basement, I probably wouldn't. Keep in mind, the basement unit stuff can pile up, so keep that in mind. If you do not want to hire a maid or a butler, this is a way to get, you may want to keep that in mind. There is a garbage can I always place in the home, and that's a simply ease and convenience, and I don't want to deal with what their little crap. Yes, I said crap, and this simply is. These Sims can really upset you at times when they want to do stuff, and this is more Sims in the house you have. Keep in mind, the bigger the mess in your house you'll have. Probably more true when you get, of course, those little lovely little creatures we call children. As we know, children are not always the most clean, though I have seen this to be totally incorrect, as I have seen a home where the kids do more work than simply most of the adults in the home. It's a sad fact, yes it is, but those who are mostly adult people, you can control a lot of their traits, so keep that in mind. And that is when you work on, of course, that legacy trophies, and these, of course, will be done. As you see now, my lights are not being so cooperative, so now I do not have any clue how much light is going to be put out by this little thing. Could I switch the lights? Of course I could, and go with something that just simply makes better lights. Now, looking at the time, of course, I may only do the video today. I may not do the broadcast, but there is a broadcast coming, and simply is, it will be a little quicker than due to get them in their home and all, as I will not be doing the refrigerator trick to build up the money. And again, this does take a little time. What I may do is, since these can be uploaded at any time, is simply finish the home today and then work on the last part of this on another day, which would more likely either be tomorrow, which I don't know, as we do have storms, so maybe doing errands tomorrow because there's supposed to be a break. And I do not want to forget, before I start my interior, and like I said, because the show may not be on, as I may be out and about tomorrow, but got to keep in mind, I do have fencing I do put into the home. And this is simply around these stairwells. This needed, not necessary. So I put it, because if this simply looks like a float, home that's got a nice fence in it. Why I do it is, it would be what you call safety. Would you want your stairs not to have a railing around them? Of course you wouldn't. This disaster when it happened. Now the only thing I've not learned, and it would be cool if you could do this, is slide down the banisters of a la Bart Simpson or many other shows have performed these little feats. And there is, you may see, a way. I know there's a way, and I will check this real fast once I'm done placing these lights. This is simply, if I wanted to do this, can I? You may ask what it is, and simply is, can I do this? And this is simply, if I want to just take out one or two pieces of flooring, can I? And it does not look like it. So to do what I want to do, and that's just simply would be, I would have to, of course, did a wall along it, and that should allow me to do this. And this simply is to create a nice little upper deck to an area. So I will have to check this in another video. So what I'm doing now is I'm doing the walls and the floor. So I'll start in the basement. Because why not? And simply, I do want to make sure all the walls are up, and that simply is, there's another place you can put walling paper. So what I'm going to do first, wallpaper your walls, I'm going to select a nice foundation type wall, and this is simply is, do I necessarily want that one? Not necessarily. So what I'm looking is, I'm looking at the different things. They're all 5. Keep that in mind. You do not need a really expensive wall on this part. As simply, there is no such thing. So what you gotta do is make sure that it goes all the way around. This is the one corner I was concerned about. It looks like it did come in. Why is because I knew something was wrong there, because it never has done this to me. Will this allow me to do the wall? Probably not. So I do gotta go to build. This is simply is not the fancy stupid thing, but the wall. Do I want to add a half wall? Sure. Make them running around, wondering why their toilet is not wall is not complete. Would this be funny? Possibly. But do I want my Sims to panic? Of course I don't. Or do I? As you see, by doing that, though, I did not have to fix that wall. So the next little feature I do is, of course, the inner wall. Do I want it the same as the outer wall? Of course I don't. This is not a dungeon. This is a basement. So I'll keep that in mind. What do I want to do? I think I'll do some nice paneling for this one. This is not that, though. I made a mistake, and I was looking for that. So there's some nice, I was looking for this, so there's some nice paneling for a basement. So what really sets off a basement but starboard here? Let's just see, it kind of creates a nice looking basement. Now you may say, who would create a basement like this? As most people's basements probably don't look quite as grand. Again, some of these, as you see, do cost less because they're only $2. Keep this in mind as well. I did not ever notice that before. Do I want a certain look? I don't really care. I'm just after something that looks in background. These are even more expensive, so of course I'll take them. And you know what, being this is such a nice little pattern, it's going into all my little bathrooms. Because again, simply why not? So I hope you do enjoy that later, or whenever I do that, and that is simply the nice little, of course, what I said I'll be doing. This is a nice, of course, video for my thing, my apartment. There it is. So now I'm going to actually go paint. I don't know why it's telling me that's the only one I could pick there. It's acting up. Of course it would, because I'm trying to do something. So I was wondering where this was at. I finally found him. This is stucco. I've always wondered where that was at. Do I necessarily want stucco? No, as Stony Brook can be an interesting looking pattern. As you see, I do got to pick all the walls individually. So I do want it all the way up. And this simply is. This allows you, of course, to also, do I want to do the foundation? No, as that has its own little thing. But I do want it all the way around, of course. And here's this tricker here. I do have to come down for a second, maybe. Or maybe, of course it does try to apply it to the yard. I do not know why. It just simply did. And I'm making sure, of course, that second story there got its stuff. And now I gotta do that. Let's around here. Around there, as you see, any place you place your room, you do have to add this. This is inconvenient. Of course it is. I don't know why. It's not simply, hey, we know what you meant to do here. Let's give you a break, but it don't. So it's not like the old hit Neil Carter TV series. Now, before I finish up the rest, I forgot something, and that was not it. What I forgot to do is, of course, this. This is simply, first I'm doing roof trim. Does it add anything to your little property values? No. But it simply creates a nice little look. I don't know if I can do this one. That one is actually one I can't do. Of course, I would try to pick the one. I did want it white for a reason, and yes, I put this all the way around. This just simply makes the house stand out a little more, as you see. Makes it look a little more elegant. Yeah, there's a little thing about this. You can, of course, extend it underwards. I did so, but I think that looks tacky, so I will not. So we're going to come down a level now, and we're going to start doing these interior walls. So on this floor, all we have to worry about, of course, is what do we want to do? I'd probably go with wallpaper. I simply will keep that in mind. The last one, there's some nice $10 wallpaper. Do I want the $10? Of course. Or even better, $12. And go get her floor. This floral fancy may not make the dude of the home enjoyable, but if you nail the right one, he may enjoy it as well. And he may enjoy it anyway. Simply is, any room that needs wallpaper is getting into this, as I'm just trying to get this done. Do not forget the stairs. I think I did below. We will see. Did I even do the below? I think I did. And that is simply how it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little eyedropper. Do that and put it around my stairwell. So I'll go back to walls and finish up my last couple of walls. One should have a nice paneling. This, of course, would be, don't mind if it's a barnyard beauty. Might not be the best idea, as this is not a barn, but it's supposed to be a dining room. So now you got tile. Keep in mind, whatever reason, there's just simply not a fancy wall tiles, and that's nice, but it's expensive. But do I need to keep doing that? Of course I don't. Keep in mind, there is linoleum in the game, but there's not a lot of variety to that. Do I hope they add more? Of course I do. So what I want to do before I forget is, of course, do my my nice properties foundation, and it's just easier to tell by picking out that does not have no white top to it. I can tell where it needs to go. Do I want to put it along my deck? Of course, I don't want the same one along my deck as it is around. Oh, I just made the mistake, didn't I? Well, not necessarily. Now, I could go one or two ways. I could go with this, which I probably will, as this does create a nice little property. Yes, so as I go in by the deck, I probably see those stairs. Probably don't have that underneath. I didn't need to know. So now I'm doing floors. Now, first floors that are going to get the piece is going to be the walkway from the front property to the back, to the porches. So, keeping that in mind, I probably want the bath as simply is. As you see, that does not work. I guess I have to pick someone else. So maybe it's masonry. I thought this worked, but it did not. Maybe it just simply is. This normally works. I don't know why it's not today. Again, I'm sorry about the background noise. Some people do not respect when you're trying to do this. They don't think you're doing anything productive. For whatever reason, today this is the same must be applied to a room. It's not letting me place my walkways. I don't know why. Can I fix this? I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. We will see. I don't know why it's not allowing me to do this when I'm doing this, but it's not. What I was after was not that I was after. It's just going to be simpler. It's not going to serve much purpose other than hopefully allow me to do a room. We will see. I swear, usually I could do those little things. But today, the game decided, you know what, we do not want you to do this, so we're not going to allow you to do this. Of course, this will not extend my walkway all the way, but I got two options here. If it don't work, I'm going to go worry about it. Hell's no. As you can see, whatever reason, it does not allow me to do this today. So that is not going to be an option. I could easily pave it, but again, why? I don't need to. As you see, though, I may want some lighting out here. Back there, we got plenty of lighting, of course. That's those nice little light pillars, which those are nice to use, and they do serve their purpose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going back to lighting. It simply is I want these wall lights. Now there's a lot of wall lights. So what I try to do is come down here and go with a nice looking one that stands really out here. Of course, I can't place it right above the doors. I already have that little feature. As you see, there may be a little darkness back here, so we'll come back here, and what simply is there's a little more value to the home, of course. Not a lot, but enough. So again, we're going with flooring, and again, we'll do the same as we did earlier. We'll start with you guessed it, we'll start with that nice little basement. There is some nice paneling. But do I want paneling? I don't know. Actually, I will start, I guess, instead with the nice little front area. And now I remember why I don't think I could do this. And this simply is, I think I need to do this. Now we will try this again and see, can I place these pavers? And of course I can. So again, I want the most expensive, as simply this does extend more money to my property. It might not seem like a lot, but really it does add up. And this is also showing you, if you wonder how to do that, how you do it. And now I got to showcase it. Am I happy? Of course I am. But now I want to back into my other pattern. So I'm going to go with a nice flush. These I believe are all, of course, they are. Thank you for not making me have to worry about it. Game, and this is now I want the whole prop thing, and that's just simply that. But now I got another part just to finish. So what I'm going to do is find a nice little page. This works. All I want to do is that, and that's simply doing that. Now we come up here, and again, I think I've still forgotten to do my little thing I wanted to do, and that simply is putting those walls around, those fences around my nice, lovely little thing. Again, I promise I will do this right after I get done with this carpet and stuff. So I'm going back to my carpet, and I'm just please say, you know what, this works so well down below. I don't really care what's up around this place. I simply want to get done. There's no difference in the price, so why do I worry? .com. This is simply going in all these nice little spots where that's at. As you see, this lighting really is not the best. I didn't think it was, but I chose it anyway. Just simply, it worked. It did its purpose. And this, of course, is glorious hardwood, and this is, of course, going gloriously into the dining hall. Now, we got two options. We got linoleum. Again, as we've seen, that's not the best, but this luckily matches the pattern in the kitchen, so it works. And now, of course, I've been promising that we will add the fencing to my stairwells, and I know this nice, glass partition down here is simply the best, and this is why it's getting the joy of being added to the home. And again, once I get this part done, it seems I will be on to the rest of this, and I will be saving this video as simply as this will not work, as this is not the right spot. Don't know why I don't want to go in the spot, but did not want to, and this is simply so I can showcase building the interior. The best way to do the interior for this, of course, will be simply, there's a way to bring the value of your home really quick, but you do want to have your stuff so your sim can go about their day, as it will take a little while for the last part of the videos. And this is simply is. There's only so much you can do without that. So we will do now see what the home is worth and stop this video as we have finished the exterior, and we will be on to the interior, which can take a little more time to do. So we will come here and we will see, of course. As we see, the home is still not 350, it is only 292. As you will see when you come here, however, this will be the last of them. I believe this is the last part. What this does, it will give you Thrifty as a trait. Thrifty Sims receive for 10% rebuild on all normal purchases made each week. So what happens is, as I got two people here, they will both have this and hopefully double the rewards. This is, of course, nice for you guys to do not have really your money build up, but you, of course, will have to build your own home. You would have to go through this process without this, so it could take longer. So that will end this video. Stay tuned for part, I think it'll be free, which will be next. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and feel free to always leave comments. This has been Big Daddy Geo23, and this has been the Sims 4 Trophy Hunt for most interesting sim in the world, and of course, you've changed.